Hello everybody, this is Betsy from Ideas Times 2, and I have a flip through of this junk journal style traveler's notebook. This is a design team project for Lindesy Zenor, who is Nevermore Creations17 on Etsy, and I'll link her Etsy shop down below. I used her kit called Abandoned Beauty, and so you get 12 sheets of these beautiful rustic backgrounds with flowers and roses on them superimposed on top, and they're stunning. They're beautiful old buildings, or just bricks, or just wood. Here's some beautiful windows. So you get 12 sheets of those, and then on the back side you can print this image, which is a brick design on the back with the flowers faded on the top. So definitely beautiful pages for your junk journal. You also get 3 sheets of ephemera, tags, a couple of old buildings, some other fun items. So gorgeous, gorgeous kit. Please check her out. Alright, so let's get back to this. This is as I had said, it's a junk journal style traveler's notebook. So it has inserts that are removable, and it is closed with an elastic, just like a traveler's notebook. So let me just tell you what it is here. So it is upholstery fabric and chipboard and cotton layered up to make a flexible but firm cover. The edges are raw, and I have a zigzag stitch around that. This cover image, I can't give credit for it because I do not remember where I got it, but it's a beautiful layered up. Its image here, this teal color is from one of Lindsay's ephemera card, or no, it's actually from one of the sheets that I printed, one of her design sheets, and I printed it on, I don't think it's in here. Let me show you. It is not, but it's this one right here. It's this image here, and I just cut out this window frame right here and put that behind. So that's actually from Lindsay's kit. And then I have fabric in the back, and those are all stitched on. I have a label here which I grunged up and put the word notes inside of it. And that is also fastened underneath the chipboard and glued and taped in. This lace is sewn on, and the back is the plain upholstery fabric. Here I have got bead dangles. The inserts are pamphlet stitched, and I left the strings long enough to hold a few beads, and so that's what those are. So let's just dive in. Let's take that off. As I said, it's a traveler's notebook, so these are held on with elastics, just like a regular traveler's notebook. It's just that it's kind of fancy looking. So each insert comes out, and this is pamphlet stitched, as I mentioned as well. The strings are long with the beads. So I will be running through all of these, but I just wanted to show you that these inserts are definitely removable. And I'll slip this one back in here, and I'll just go through the book. Also wanted to mention too that the elastics are in with eyelets here, which I hid so they wouldn't show on the outside. And I'm not sure if that's been done before. It probably has, but I will be making a tutorial on how I made this cover. So anyway, I used all of the papers from her kit. I used all of the ephemera. I only added just a few things, but I'll just kind of explain that as I go. So I printed a couple of the images on cardstock to make sort of a cover for these inserts. So this is actually printed on cardstock, and there's the back side of that. I used tea-stained paper throughout. Here's a map page. This is one of Lindsay's images, and a tag from her sheet as well. Another one of her pages. This is ephemera from her kit. Tea-stained paper. This is an image from her page, and I just used this ledger. Let's see, is it double? Is it double? I can't remember. Yes, it is. So this is just a fold-out page. This is actually from, she has another kit called Bouquet, something about bouquets and ledgers. Anyway, that's actually from that, because I love that ledger paper. It's so cute. This was stained with some tulip fabric dye, kind of left over from a different project I had. This is a snippet or a cluster that I stapled on there, and this fan is from Lindsay's image. It's layered up with lace and fabric and paper. This is the center of the insert, and so I used 2 of her tags, and then these bigger ones are just some decorator paper that I had, and I backed it with more paper because it was not cardstock, it was just regular paper. The pockets here are made out of vellum. So it's not super fancy because I didn't want it to be too thick for you to actually, if you're going to use it as a traveler's notebook to tuck away in your bag or something, I didn't want it to be too thick and awkward. So semi-naked, but it's got these beautiful pages, and so I think it dresses it up quite a bit. Here's a little tip-in, so it's made out of a couple layers of lace and some gingham fabric here, and then underneath is one of Lindsay's images, just a fun little surprise when you lift that up. And the other side of some of those pretty papers, and that's the back of that insert. And here's the second insert. Some of these I printed on white paper, and some of them I printed on cream colored paper. So this one's actually on cream tea-dyed paper. Look at this, so beautiful. An abandoned building, and then the roses with the torn look around the outside edge. So here's one of her ephemera cards, and I cut it out and just clipped it right on there. So pretty. This was so fun to make. Here's another little cluster with fabric, vellum, paper, and a little burlap. Here's a tuck spot. These are Lindsay's images here. The center of the insert, and I just stitched a little fabric on there. Here's a pocket made from one of the images from the kit. I sewed some lace on there, and it's just a very simple little booklet. This paper I dyed with blueberry tea. So that was lots of fun. I didn't know what colors I would get, and it's sort of a grayish, and then where the tea kind of pooled up a little bit, it is more blue colored. So pretty. A tag from the kit. I really like that one too. That's the other half of that building that was out in the field. So this is just some collage looking paper that I had in my stash, and this is paper from my stash as well. Just a little fold out sheet there, and that is at the end of that not signature because it's not a junk journal, but it's an insert because it's a TN. So I just have to remind myself of that. All right, so here's the third insert. Lots of pretty tea stain paper. These are images from her kit. This I dyed with the blueberry tea as well. Just a page of script. There's another little cluster that says notes. Basically fabric, lace, and paper. Here is a little side tuck with some fabric stitched on it. And this is just a little card I had in my stash, and I can't give credit for it because I do not know where it came from. There's a pretty window image. Here's some more blueberry dyed paper, and I had some notebook paper, some lined notebook paper, and I had laid it at an angle, and so the red line from that notebook paper transferred over to this paper here. So, and it's just got this beautiful corner color there. Really enjoyed making this. Here's the center of this insert, so I have a double pocket, and here are just some images from a collage sheet of paper I had in my stash, and I put it on gray cardstock because it was just paper. It was not very sturdy. So there's that. Some more blueberry paper with the red line on there as well. This is an image from her kit, and this is an image from some paper that I had, and I just put a vine sort of stitching on the side there. And a little piece of fabric stitched onto that. Script paper, and we're coming to the end, and it says, "And so the story ends." So that would be the end of our journal. TN, and this says Abandoned Beauty, which is the name of the kit. So it's all so very pretty, and it just closes up just like a TN with that elastic on it. So there is my design team project for January for Lindesy Zenor. So I will leave her links down below. Please check us out at ideas2.com for our blog. Our Etsy shop is Ideas2, and we will have lots more content for you in the near future. Thank you so much for joining me today. Goodbye.